But any point in time when you're dealing with somebody who's having a problem, they become emotionally attached to that problem and what that pain and suffering feels like to them. And, it continues to grow and expand and just exacerbate itself because you sit in your own stuff. And by the time they get to you as the MSP or the MSSP or the service provider, whatever it may be, they might have started at a 5, but by the time they get to you, no matter how long it takes, I don't care if it's 60 seconds or 60 minutes, they're at an 8, 9, and potentially a 10. And they're not speaking clearly. They're just emotionally just on this roller coaster ride. That idea of you're running around the house like a kid with your hair on fire, and they're so frustrated and they're angry at you as if you've done something wrong and you really haven't. Maybe you did, but most of the time you haven't. And for me, one of the calming statements, and it hasn't always worked, but I think it's a great reminder, is especially being in the military and going into combat, I have that perception and understanding of life and death, true life and death. And so some of that comment is like, hey, remember something. You're not going to die today. I'm not going to die today. When this is all said and done, 1, I'm going to have a hot meal. 2, I'm going to lay my head down on a really comfortable bed with a nice pillow in a climate controlled environment. And I am going to go to sleep. And nobody's going to be shooting at me. Nobody's going to be dropping bombs on me. There's no nerve gas coming at me. And we're all going to wake up, God willing, the next morning and not be 6 feet under. So if we live our lives in that moment of these very stressful things that are happening to us and remind ourselves of the importance of what we're dealing with and how it's going to affect somebody else's life, priority, but not as much of a priority as human life.